That's right. That's right. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday, Tuesday. That's right. That's right. Happy Tuesday, Wednesday. Manel Gillis. Gabriel. David Shelby. Alex Cummins. That's right. Good to have you. Alex Cummins. That's right. Folks, welcome in the ring. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Share the damn live. Smash the emoji button. Let me go down the road. Debbie Apple, Sharon Castillo Edwards, Everton Blackman. Good to see you, Claire X6 Charmley, Roy Den and Joan Robertson. Good to see you, Wendy Garnett, Michaela Andrew Coates, Nessa Gaskin, Simone Graves. Good to see each and every one of you. Jason Power Paulette, and I see Carol and Debbie, Mavis. I see Ariel Abrams. Good to have each and every one of you. Annette. Good to have you. Annette says she has on some boxing gloves. Let's fight, Annette. Guys, it's Mingo Byrne. How you doing, guys? It's good to have you here. And Diane Ramadar. Good to have you. Lyndon Gill and Paula Maris. Good to have all you beautiful, wonderful, peace-loving, uncontroversial folks like Chisel Chippa, Chief Cook and Bottle Washer. Chief Cook, folks. Gisela. Good to see you. Raman and Junior Gibbs and all the other folks. Suk Chan, Suk Harry. Isabella Butchers, how you doing, Isabella? Good to see you, Isabella. Thanks for the thing, Isabella. One and all. Thanks for the thing, Wesley Ward. Good to see you there, Clive Jackson. Great to see you as well. Folks, let us know how we're doing at the URN. Pearson Power Penelope, Vanessa Hackett, Charles Nelson. I see Gwen Anderson is here with us. Claire Capel. I see Diane Fordyce is here with us. Folks, share the damn live. Smash that emoji button. Better your chest tonight, folks. Good to have each and every one of you here. Fitzherbert Jarrett is joining us from Bloomfield, Connecticut. Good to have you here, Fitzherbert and Vladimir Wilson. Good to have you, Charles Nelson. Linda Thomas, great to have you as well. All the other folks joining us. I see Sharon is watching us from Brooklyn, New York. Sharon Castillo Edwards, good to have you, Sharon. I see Wendy Stevens is joining us from New York. Good to have you, Wendy and Glenn, Natasha Glenn. Great to see you as well, folks. We're fired up with Ella Garrett, and we are ready to go. I don't know if the guys got the fight card ready. We got a packed full program, folks. Those of you who are joining us on YouTube, you can contribute to our program directly from the YouTube channel. Right there in the comment section, you see that dollar sign. For the rest of you, you all know how we do it. You all know how we do it, folks. Yep, it's Cash App, Zelle or Zelly, PayPal, MFG, MoneyGram, Western Union. For the rest of you good folks, those of you joining us on Twitter, you can contribute right there on, rather, those of you joining us on the tubers, you can contribute right there on the tube, folks. We're fired up and we are ready to go. We got the appetizer, folks. The palate is laid. The palate is laid. The palate is laid, good folks. Good to see each and every one of you, folks. We've started in the UK with the nurses in the UK. They're making joke. They're making sport. Rock and come in, UK nurses. I thought I see some Guyanese boots on the ground in the UK, folks. Some Guyanese nurses. They like CISA. The girl in the back there with the pink and blue thing. She's not Guyanese. Yeah. And then, folks, oh my Lord. What's happening with our kids? We're cheering, folks. We got proud of this country, you know. Let's dedicate 2023, you know, the year of prayer. National year of prayer. COVID taking over China, folks. COVID taking over China. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to be talking with Dr. David Hinds throughout the evening. You're going to want to share the damn light. You're going to want to smash the emoji button, folks. Junior Gibbs, who vex? That's what I'm saying. Paul DeAndre, good vibes. Who vex? Where our tubers at? We're going to be talking, guys, with Dr. David Hinds. Good folks. Good to have you. Share the damn life, the man. Smash the emoji button, man. You want all this information for yourself. Why y'all say so? Huh? You kept boil over your eyes. You're stingy. Lynn Finance, we see you there. We see you, Lynn. Lena Williams, where are you? Oh, Lena's right there. Lena, good to have you here. Valid, credible, damn information. Who vex? I don't say it. That's what we give you. Valid, credible, damn information. Folks, I think like we ain't gonna come out the market like unless some folks share the damn life. Some of we getting complacent, you know. We're gonna make some of y'all example. Come here, profile Jamal Aziz, Barry Crawford, to see if y'all share the damn life, if y'all smash the emoji button. We're gonna make some people example and call out some people. Sharon Castello Edwards says, money got to make. That's what we say. Money got to make. Don't vex us, folks. We've come to work, guys. We've come to work, and we trust that you guys are settling in. Nessa Gaskin and all the other folks. Nessa, is you. How you doing there, Nessa? Leslie Hamilton, Owen Don Cook is you. Yeah, Nessa such a share ready. Oh, y'all be like Nessa, man. Y'all be like Nessa, man. God knows I want your belly, y'all chest. Right? God knows I want your belly, y'all chest. Y'all let me be like Nessa, man. Y'all be some peace-loving folks, man. Uncontroversial folks, man. I can't show the belly, y'all chest. I can damage the whole money thing. Take two sheet of paper. Take two sheet of paper, y'all chest. Share the jam life. Smash the emoji button. Thanks, guys. Bring it back for us. We can throw it in the chest again. Take two sheets of paper. Good to have each and every one of you. Oren Down Glaciers, Andy Williams. Good to have you as well. Great to have you guys. Share the damn life. Johnny Ringo, good to see you. Hosanna Alicia Antigua, good to have you as well. Fancy name. Fiona Ben, great to have you guys. When we begin. Share the damn life. Will you open up? We coming up the market and then y'all do things properly. Share the damn life. Share and expose, folks. Let's do that. Let's share and expose. We're fired up and we're ready to go. Share and expose, folks. Share and expose. Expose and share. Share and expose. That's how we do it. Come on, folks. Pick up the pace. That's how we start the year, you know. Pace and power. That's how we do it. Pace, and power, folks. We're ready for the opener. What about you guys? We are ready. Share the damn live, folks. Share. Good to see you sharing the live, Andrew Griffith. I see Romilly Anders share the live. I see Sharon Castello Edwards share the live. Y'all be like them, man. Come on, folks. Let's make people out here. We big and we got sense. Romilly Anders share the live. Big up to you, Romilly Anders. Sharon Castello. I see Will Anthony, Boville, Matthews share the live as well. Yeah. Good going, Wayne. Pace and power to you, Wayne. Wayne joining us all the way from St. Kitts. The beautiful St. Kitts and Nevis. Yeah. Junior Gibbs, share the damn life. I see Simone Graves, share the life. Pearson, Ronaldo, has shared the life. Good to you, Simone. Good to you. More power to you. Pearson, Ronaldo. More power to you, Pearson. Simone Graves. Bernice, Bruce James, share the life, folks. What about you? Y'all don't come around with funny, you know. Don't come around with funny. We look. We're in the mountain. We're having it tonight, folks. Share the damn light. Smash that emoji button for us, folks. And please, let me go down the road, good people. We got to open up for you tonight. Dr. David Hinds in this country here, we need to level the playing field. You see, when we begin to talk about the PPP, racism, discrimination, and marginalization, Dr. David Hinds, put it back for us, guys, says we need to level the playing field. We got to level the playing field in this country. Sister Mercy, that's what Dr. Hinds telling us this evening. Level the playing field. That's the opener for us. And throughout the program, we're going to be checking in with Dr. Hinds. Dr. Hinds, take it away for us.
It pains because what the PPP is doing on the question of race, on the question of African Guyanese, is that they're continuing that long, age-old narrative of the slave plantation, that African Guyanese are not equal human beings. I have no doubt that they think that African Guyanese are human beings. I have no doubt that they think African Guyanese are worthy of citizenship. What worries me is that they do not think that we are equal human beings. And they're using the institutional framework that encourages that worldview. They're using that framework in order to advance policies to prove that we are not equal citizens. So it is not that they are not giving resources to the black community, but they're giving the resources at the most minimum of the resources. While when you look at other groups, they have more resources. And so therefore, I think part of the PPP's action in relation to African Guyanese is based on a worldview where black is bad, and everybody, including some black people, run away from black because our history. Who wants to be associated with slavery? Who wants to be associated with people who lose their humanity? No, I understand people want to run away from blackness. But we have survived the plantation, we have survived colonialism, and we are now in an independent Guyana. We are here, and we should have equal citizenship. No. Here is what the PPP is doing. You say we are an emerging apartheid state. First thing they do is confine apartheid to South Africa. No. Apartheid is not just one country. South Africa had the most extreme of apartheid. President Carter, for example, has described what is happening in the Middle East as apartheid. He has a book called Pain, Not Apartheid. In segregation in the United States was described as Jim Crow apartheid. Apartheid is a generic term. It's not a term, it's not a South Africa. It pains me because what the PPP is doing on the question of race, on the question of African Guyanese, is that they're continuing that long age-old narrative of the slave plantation, that African Guyanese are not equal human beings. I have no doubt that they think that African Guyanese are human beings. I have no doubt that they think African Guyanese are worthy of citizenship. What worries me is that they do not think that we are equal human beings. And they're using the institutional framework that encourages that worldview. They're using that framework in order to advance policies to prove that we are not equal citizens. So it is not that they're not giving resources to the black community, but they're giving the resources at the most minimum of the resources. While when you look at other groups, they have more resources. And so therefore, I think part of the PPP's action in relation to African Guyanese is based on a worldview where black is bad, and everybody, including some black people, run away from black because our history. Who wants to be associated with slavery? Who wants to be associated with people who lose their humanity? No, I understand people want to run away from blackness, but we have survived the plantation, we have survived colonialism, and we are now in an independent Guyana. We are here, and we should have equal citizenship. No. Here is what the PPP is doing. You say we are an emerging apartheid state. First thing they do is confine apartheid to South Africa. No, apartheid is not just one country. South Africa had the most extreme of apartheid. President Carter, for example, has described what is happening in the Middle East as apartheid. He has a book called Pain, Not Apartheid. In segregation in the United States was described as Jim Crow apartheid. Apartheid is a generic term. It's not a term, it's not a South African term. It's a generic term that means apartness. So that's the first thing they're trying to tell us. The second thing, they're confining apartheid to laws. They're saying that if we don't have apartheid laws, then there is no apartheid. Well, apartheid is more than law. When you enshrine it in the law, you have gone to the most extreme. But there is de jure apartheid, as occurred in South Africa, as occurred in Nazi Germany, as occurred in segregated America, as is occurring in the Middle East, where Arabs don't have certain rights in Israel that other Israelis have. That's de jure apartheid. But you can go across the world and there is de facto apartheid. De facto simply means it's not by law, but it is in fact. And apartheid is about discrimination. It's about discrimination using the state, manipulating the laws. We don't have apartheid laws, but you have laws which can be manipulated in order to encourage apartheid. And that is what we are saying. The government uses its majority in parliament to pass policies that does not give equality and equitability to all ethnic groups. That's de facto apartheid. You use the economic arrangements in the country where our ethnic groups have developed in an uneven way economically, with Africans and Amerindians at the bottom because they have had less opportunities driven by the state to build up their economic stocks. We know that early on, Chinese and Portuguese were given help by the state to develop their economic stock. We know Indian Guyanese brothers and sisters at the end of indentureship, they were given some help in building up their stocks. One can argue that Amerindians were given land, but land alone though is not wealth. They weren't given the other things to turn that land into wealth. So I'm saying that African Guyanese and Amerindian Guyanese have not been given the kind of institutional help by the state. The United States initiated affirmative action, where they say that we're assuming that the playing field is not level, and affirmative action was meant to level the playing field. We need that in Guyana. This government is not doing that. This government is using the uneven development of the economic stocks of the various ethnic groups, and they are going on with that. So you have a budget, and what do you see in the budget? The budget is a private sector driven budget. Who dominates, which ethnic group dominates the private sector, or which ethnic group or groups are not dominating the private sector? You then say you are going to give relief based on where people work. Well, we know we live in a Guyana that economic location is ethnically determined. Public servants are African Guyanese, sugar workers are mostly Indian Guyanese, pork knockers now are mostly people with wealth, and we know teachers and nurses, we know where people are located. So when you then distribute resources unevenly to the various sectors, and you're giving the sectors which are dominated by African Guyanese the least, then what you're doing, you're engaging economic apartheid. You don't have to call it that. You are saying that this is the developmental strategy. And the developmental strategy is ethnically flawed because it does not promote equal citizenship. It does not promote equality before the law. It does not promote economic equality. At the end of the day, a democracy is about what are the democratic outcomes. And when you look at the gap, Brother Nigel Hughes has just come out with some damning statistics. You can't say no, this is just emotions. There's statistics out there now that show that there is not equitability. What should the government do? The government should say, we didn't know this all the time, although they would be lying, because they have the statistics. Government has statistics, and they have not been making those available to the opposition. And now that African Guyanese activists have put their hands on this statistic, they are now being told, go to court. Go to court. The court is not there to solve all social problems. The court is there as an umpire. Those problems can be solved at the level of our politics. And the PPP does not want to go down that road. It goes around the place. It drives fear in the African Guyanese community, then give them a couple $1,000 while millions and billions are given to other groups directly and indirectly. We are in a bad place, very bad place at the ethnic level.
Thanks, Dr. Hinds. Thank you, sir. We're in a bad place indeed, folks. We're in a bad place, and we don't want you guys to be in a bad place. You know, when we come on in the mornings now, we're on YouTube, folks. So ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even those of you watching on YouTube right now, ensure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And more than that, you click that notification button so you know when we come on live. You get a quick notification. Ping! Them boys on. Ping! Them boys on. Siri, them boys on. Ping! Them boys on. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Folks, we bring it in from around the world. From around the world. We bring it from around the world. And we did tell you, folks, the UK nurses, they're different. They're boots on the ground in the UK, but the folks are worried that patient safety might be at risk. Them nurses, who dead got for death? Who dead got for death? The UK minister is warning that the healthcare staff, as the dumb tools, patients might be at risk. The folks want more money. If the people in the UK want more money. What happened to the union of the nurses here, man? What happened to the union? Ingrid Carter. What happened to the union? And the nurses right here. Kurashi Prophet, Glenford Gordon, Pandira. What happened to the nurses right here, folks? What happened to them? What happened to them? We tell you, we're circling back. Don't go nowhere. Dr. Hinds, don't go nowhere. We're circling back to Dr. Hinds in just a little bit. What happening to the nurses? And then UK nurses said they want more pay. They want more pay. We don't work hard. We have to. We don't work hard if we have to, folks. But we want more pay. We want more pay. Don't come around, we funny. Don't do it. Don't do it. We want more pay. And listen to me. Only some of them come out, you know. The administration right now, bracelet over, because the other nurses may come out. While we're on the UK, folks. The Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, I was rooting for this guy. He says if you come illegally, you're going to have problems. If you come illegally, you're going to have problems. Handsome face, straight here, and say, don't let them fool you. Brown skin and so on, little Zephyr, don't let them fool you. You come illegally, we're going to deal with you. That's what he's telling us, folks. Pace and power. You come illegally, we're going to deal with you. Take a look, take a listen to what he told Parliament recently.
Mr. Speaker, I said enough is enough, and I mean it. And that means I am prepared to do what must be done. So early next year, we will introduce new legislation to make unambiguously clear that if you enter the UK illegally, you should not be able to remain here. Instead, you will be detained and swiftly returned either to your home country or to a safe country where your asylum claim will be considered. And you will no longer be able to frustrate removal attempts with late or spurious claims or appeals. And once removed, you should have no right to re-entry, settlement, or citizenship. Mr. Speaker, I said enough is enough, and I mean it. And that means I am prepared to do what must be done. So early next year, we will introduce new legislation to make unambiguously clear that if you enter the UK illegally, you should not be able to remain here. Instead, you will be detained and swiftly returned either to your home country or to a safe country where your asylum claim will be considered. And You will no longer be able to frustrate removal attempts with late or spurious claims or appeals. And once removed, you should have no right to re-entry, settlement, or citizenship.
Yeah. So you folks who believe that you all can go visa free and then you can try to seek asylum and you can stay legally in the people's country, please be on notice. Be on notice. Consider yourself notified. Ping! Rishi just sent you a mail. Consider yourselves notified. Sunak has just sent you a mail, folks. He has just sent you a mail. They're clamping down on the illegals. Yeah, Jay, they tell us. Read the fine prints. Read the fine prints. We're bringing it from along the region, folks. And in St. Vincent, guys. Yep. We tell you all be careful out there. COVID-19 still with us. Be careful out there. St. Vincent is seeing what this is an uptick. 2 dead from COVID after months. Death-free. 2 dead from COVID-19. And they're telling us they're seeing an uptick and they're advising their citizens to continue like we advise you all the time. To observe all the COVID-19 protocols. All of them. Social distance. Wear your mask. Sanitize. I was very happy to see a big auntie today in the city. You know, big auntie got on her mask, you know. Not a lot of other persons. She got on. Don't think you're giving she COVID and putting she under. No. She don't have to wear God. Put on your mask. Sanitize. Social distance. Do what you gotta do, folks. Do what you gotta do. And that's what's happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We bring it in, folks, in the 592. We coming in. Share the damn light. Smash that emoji button for us, folks. And let's go down the road. We bring it in, folks, in the 592. And this one here, little thing-ish. And brace it over for us. Can't see me one. You brace it over. I wish I had a seatbelt right now. Just strap in. This one, little thing-ish. We told you around the pandemics, we're dealing with, folks. It's the carnage on our road and our waterways. And they pulled 2 bodies today, 5-year-old. From the Pomeroon River, 5-year-old Roshana Atkinson and 1-year-old Josiah Atkinson, folks. My Lord, it's such a sad story. The boat they were in the Pomeroon River capsized. It turned over, guys, and the family mourning Roshana and mourning Josiah. Young folks, look at them. You know, these are our babies, and look, gone too soon. Gone too soon. Father have his mercies. Father have his mercies. It is unbearable that folks are going through this for Christmas. Can you imagine that? Well, Christmas canceled. You know, and our thoughts and prayers, of course, go out to these families. 5-year-old Shana Atkinson and her 1-year-old brother, Josiah. Folks. This is very hard. You know, night after night, we got to bring you stories like this. Of course, the carnage on the road, the carnage on the waterways, and we're still getting some information coming in. We don't want to preempt too much here, but that's what they're telling us here. The boat capsized, and these young bodies were pulled from the Pomeroon River. Just today, a very, very, very sad indeed. When we said brace it over, you know, we tell you, hope some of you were sitting down, you know, you didn't get caught halfway with some hot stuff in your hand or something like that. You will be shocked by that. You know, again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Atkinson family and the community that these 2 young lads hail from. 5-year-old Roshana Atkinson and 1-year-old Josiah Atkinson. Folks, what else can we say? Sheer carnage. The waterways and the roadways happening out there. And if you think that was it for the day, folks, if you think that was it, brace yourself. Yvonne, brace yourself. Sorella Crawford, out front pass, brace yourself. Carl Rollins and Isabella Butters, brace yourself, folks. Father have his mercies, because 11-year-old was found dead in a hammock in Region 6. I think it was. In Region 6, 11-year-old, and this is Tanisha Johnson of number 50 village on the quarantine, was found dead in a hammock. The mother said she just gone to the road, from the yard to the road, to buy some fish. The fish, a vendor was passing by. When the young brother came saying something is wrong with Tanisha, the mother said she rushed to only to see that Tanisha was under the hammock on the ground. And the brother apparently told her that the hammock was wrapped around her neck. The father said that they play in that area all the time. They know to use the hammock. Another, they're calling it, I saw one publication characterizes as a freak accident. A freak accident that somehow 11-year-old Tanisha became entangled in this hammock. Clinton Johnson, the father, who spoke who contributed to this report, said he was at work when the incident happened. He said he's a planter and a rice field worker, and her 13-year-old, herself and her 13-year-old sister were playing in the backyard when the hammock that was tied to a fruit tree in the backyard somehow got entangled around her neck. Right? And just like that, 11-year-old Tanisha lost her life. As I said, the 9-year-old brother ran out to the mother who was buying fish and said, something is wrong with Tanisha. Yeah, by the time she rushed to her daughter, she found her motionless under the hammock. Under the hammock. The brother said that, the 13-year-old sister, her older sister, said that she found the hammock wrapped around Tanisha's neck in the backyard. Yep, our thoughts and prayers, of course, go to the Johnson family as well. This can't be easy, folks. 5 days before Christmas can be easy. You got the Johnsons on one side, and then we have the other family who lost 2 children in the Pomeroon River. Of course, guys, our thoughts and prayers go to them. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them, folks, in the community as well. Of course, a bleak Christmas, if any Christmas at all, under these circumstances. Thoughts and prayers go to them. Again, we turn our attention back. We turn our attention back to some of the things that are happening locally. We say pace and power. Pace and power. Dr. Hinds, tell me about this list. Tell me about the list, man. A lot of people have been speaking out about this. Hold right there for us, guys. A lot of folks have been talking about this voter list that we need to cleanse. We have to cleanse this voters list. The list dirty. The list dirty. Wicked, stinking dirty. That's the list that the PPP love. And Dr. Hinds, believes that, elections with a dirty list is ungodly. Right? Cleanliness is next to godliness. I think that's part what Dr. Hinds tells us. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And so if you have a dirty list, here's an ungodly election you're going to have. An ungodly election you're going to have. Simone Graves, I see you there. Thank you for that. Thank you for that donation. Simone, I see you there, Simone. I see you in my avatar voice. I see you, Simone. I see you in my avatar voice. Dr. David Hinds said, clean the list. He's seeing them boys too. Clean this dirty, ungodly list. Take it away, Dr. Hinds. Take it away.
GCOM seems to be more driven by the political. And when we say GCOM, we have to be very careful because we have 3 commissioners from the opposition, 3 from the government, and the chair. And we have seen over the last 2.5 years, 3 years, that the chair has been voting mostly with the government commissioners, the PPP commissioners. And so therefore they seem bent on political elections and not taking into consideration that there are technical aspects of elections. So when you talk about the voters list, which is the heart of any election, there's the politicization of the voters list. Because it is clear if a voters list is messy, you clean it. You clean it. If the law prevents you from cleaning it, then you clean it at the level of the commission. There's nothing that the court has said that prevents GCOM from cleaning the list. All the court has said is that you cannot take people off from the list of registrants because people are registered, they're overseas, they're registered. Fair enough. But there are other ways of ensuring that the list should be clean. So they never want to clean the list. And then they try to use the wrong list. Now, don't tell me that you have been dealing with elections all this time. And you don't know you can't use the list for the general elections at the local government election. As soon as the opposition went to court, Vishnu Prasad said, wait, something is wrong here. Well, didn't you know that before? I am sure you knew. But you're trying to smart people, saying, let me try and see if we can get away with it. And now you realize you're not going to be able to get away with it because the matter's now been taken to the court. You now appear as if you discover a mistake. No, the mistake was deliberate because the opposition commissioners, I'm reliably informed, led by Mr. Charles Corbyn, has been hammering away at this issue. The chair did not pay attention. The PPP commissioners did not pay attention. And as soon as the opposition said, we're going up the court step, all of a sudden you discover something is wrong. These people are playing political games with elections in this country. This 5-month stuff that they have been talking about, rigged election, well, you win the rigged election. You win it. So it can't be rigged, you win it. And you are using that 5 months narrative in order to prepare the way to rig another election. I'm saying, let's agree that the list is bad. And if the list is bad, then you clean it to the satisfaction of all stakeholders. The opposition, to its credit, has not put any limits on cleaning the voters. It is open to biometrics, it's open to all the proposals about cleaning the voters list. Who is standing in the way? The PPP. And so therefore GCOM must pull itself away from the spell of the PPP and ensure that we have the architecture of elections in place. And you begin that building that architecture with a clean voters list. Without a clean voters list, we are going nowhere. And all the sand dance and all the going around and so on and what you could do and what you couldn't do, clean the list. If something nasty, you clean it. When we were children, you go out and you play and you come in, your mother scrub your foot, dig out your boo-boo from your nose, clean from your eye.
Some of them boys need to scrub it out, you know. Some of them boys need to scrub it out with some vim, with some jingy. Y'all know jingy. They need to scrub it out. And you just got good scrubbing out. Some spiritual bleach and vim and so on. Clean the list. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Thanks, Dr. Hinds, for that. And if we go to election with a dirty list, then election ungodly. The election ungodly. We turn attention to the trench crappers. We're going to have some more, Dr. Hinds. Stick around, Doc. Stick around, folks. The trench crappers, the jaggerbats, the tadpoles, the cricketers, the jumbie birds, the scarecrows, the carrion crows, the Brahmin bull, the giant black chicken. Yeah. The black belly sheep, the whole animal farm. They're doing the most, folks. I want you all to know that. Them boy doing the most. Wherever you're joining us, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're joining us from, share the damn live. Smash that emoji button. Shirley Juice attention. You share the like. Sheila Boy Child. You share the link. Osman Tapin. Sharon Castle Edwards. Adam Prasad. Good to have each and every one of you. Rhonda Gordon. Kwana Mingo. Them boys doing the most. Them boys, they're doing the most. They do the most. Them boys doing the most. You know, I don't know if the bishop understood the assignment. I don't know. I just don't know if the bishop understood the assignment. We caught up with the bishop today. He was in the hinterland, folks, talking with some students. Was it the hinterland? Somewhere we caught up with him. Talking with some young people. Listen to his advice to them. Later on in life, you'll never laugh at some people. You're not learn to live without. Don't all this oil pumping here. Now this billions. We pour this economy here. You're going to learn to live without. You see that? Yeah. And then he circled back. He looks as if he was talking about the cybercrime. He said, you know, some people want to misuse, you know, the internet and so on, but y'all don't be like them. It seems like he hinted at cybercrime. It seems as though he's hinting at cyber crimes, and we can talk about it just. You see what he was saying? Did the bishop understood the assignment? Peace and love, and goodwill to all men. Listen to the bishop giving these young people some advice. He's different.
Whoever laughs you will be able to laugh them later on in life, because you are making the right choice. So this Christmas time, that is my simple message to you as we come to share it out and share with you. Make the right choices. The glam of the lights and the pleasures that look like you have to get this and you have to get that, if not you not real, you can live without it. Keep your focus and do what is good. So I want to wish all of you the very best at this Christmas time. 2023 is going to be an exciting year, where the delivery of education is concerned. 2023 will be an exciting year. There will be vast improvements. We hope to be able to give greater accessibility in terms of ICT to help you with your studies. We want to be able to improve the quality in every way. When you get the internet, make the right choice where you use it for. Some people got it and they're using it for the wrong purpose. Develop yourself and let's move forward. All right? Good. Whoever laughed you.
Y'all think the bishop understood his assignment? That's the Christmas message to them children. Some people got the internet and they're misusing it. Some people got the internet and they're misusing it, folks. You see, some of them laugh at you now. You will laugh them later on in life. You see, and y'all got to learn to live without. Y'all get too many ties and so on. Y'all got to learn to live without. Don't look at me like I Santa. You see, y'all got to learn to live without. Some people misusing the internet. Some people misusing it. Dr. Hinds, the PPP, this cybercrime act seems to be the tool of choice. Them boys said they want to change it for a modernized legislation, a modernized act. We fighting. We scared of them, Dr. Hinds. Talk to us about them boys and this cybercrime act that they want to change.
About this intention to repeal the Cybercrime Act. You use that law against your opponent yesterday, and then you come today and tell me that you are going to repeal the law. Now, if you are repealing a law, it means that you find the law offensive. And if you find the law offensive, then why did you use it against citizens, especially against political opponents? It says to me that you're playing political games. You're really not interested in an acceptable cybercrime law. You're more interested in finding convenient ways of harassing citizens, especially those who do not see the world the same way as you see it. So I am very, very skeptical. Now, the second reason for my skepticism is that the Attorney General is talking about this United Nations initiative. And to quote him, he says, well, look, we can't, nobody can fault us because we're going to do this thing that the United Nations is working on. But the government, when the resolution came up at the United Nations, abstained. Abstention says to me that you have problems. You have problems with this initiative. So how can you now be touting this initiative as a replacement for the current law when you abstained when it came up for discussion and came up for voting? So that's another area that has made me look up. And of course, we know the big cry down of the present law when it was initiated by the previous government, the coalition government. The PPP went all over the place saying this is a bad law. But it comes to power and it has used it with impunity. So I am saying here that one cannot trust this PPP government. When it says we're going to repeal the law, those of us who have some problems with the present law, the way in which it was framed, the latitude that it allows the state, and so on, some of us may be tempted to say, good riddance, not so fast. What is it that the PPP will replace this law with? They say that they will use the United Nations initiative. The WPA said in a statement that a bad law is a bad law, whether it comes from the United Nations or not. But let us say that the United Nations would have done its consultation and would have spent time working out exactly what is best for cybercrime offenses. And they come up with acceptable proposals. And then the CARICOM group says, look, we're going to have a CARICOM approach, which means that CARICOM would put some thought into it, and that CARICOM would consult with people. It will have technical people working on it, and they will come up with something good. The issue is when you come to the national level. It's when you come to the national level. What is it the national government will do? What is it the PPP will put in its version of this model that comes from the United Nations? And when you are eager to replace something that you have used with impunity, it means that you're probably looking for something that gives you more latitude than what you have at the present. And that is my major concern at the moment. And so the first thing we in the WPA have asked for to prove your goodwill is that you advise the police to review all the charges they've brought against people with the present act. The minister at the Attorney General cannot say he doesn't have that power. He told us the other day when the young lady, the young lawyer, was arrested, that he advised the police to let her go, the Soku. So we are asking you to use that same latitude and advise the police to review, because you are repealing this law, which means you accept that the law is bad. You're on record when you're in opposition, saying the law was bad. So we are saying, first thing, review the charges that were brought under the law. And the second thing we are saying is that let us start the process now. Let us not talk about repeal now. Let us talk about what aspects of the present law can be retrieved. What aspects of the present law are in sync with our view of the world. And you can only know that by beginning to talk to people now, to talk to the stakeholders. First of all, the parliamentary opposition, and perhaps the wider opposition. Then you have to begin to talk to other key stakeholders, the Human Rights Association, because this bill, this cybercrime law, wherever it is enacted in the world, it will collide with civil liberties and civil rights. And so therefore, we are saying that, look, you must begin to talk to people about what has been bad with this law and what can be retrieved. So you want to talk to the Guyana Human Rights Association and other human rights organizations. You want to talk to the Guyana Bar Association because that's a key civil society organization when it comes to these. So at the minimum, begin the consultation at home. You say that you are going to adopt the United Nations model. But let's begin to talk about that. Make that model. Make the recommendations, the preliminary recommendations from the United Nations. Make them available so that we can begin to study them and see what we find acceptable from them, along with what we can retrieve from the old law. And let us find a law that is acceptable to Guyanese, both in our national manifestation and in our regional manifestation, because we're part of CARICOM. So those are my initial view. I am not going to say I support the repealing of the law. No, I don't. I can't support something when I don't know what it will be replaced with. So when you begin to talk about what it will be replaced with, then we can talk about repealing.
Here's some power, Dr. Hinds. I cannot support something, but I don't know what it will be replaced with. In my Dr. Hinds voice. In my Dr. Hinds voice. Caption this, folks. We saw this percolating on the internet. Caption it for us, guys. Caption it for us. Seymour George, Sheila Boyd-Child, Royston Walters. Caption it for us. They says it at Paul. Do the tadpole. Caption it for us. Share and expose, folks. Share and expose. Share the damn live. Smash the emoji button. Folks, if you share the live yet, you just as wicked as them. Wicked, stink, and dirty. As if we got to use the internet for good purpose. Hear the bishop say, go ahead and share the live. Caption this. Yeah, Sheila Boyd-Child. Them boys doing the tadpole. Steffi Brown, we see you there. Rhonda Gordon, we see you there. We see you there as well. Desiree Albert, the guys doing the tadpole. Moving on, some of them sugar down. The sugar down. The sugar down. Yeah. Some folks sugar down. Folks, we're being told that a gentleman who as folks are characterizing now, with the State House incident, they're telling us that he's now conscious. You know, he was shot. Among other things, he's now conscious and off of the ventilator. And the crime chief, when the Blanham said earlier on that ranks were heading down there to put the questions to him, what was happening? What transpired there at State House? I thought that was an assassination. I thought they came to that conclusion. They said they're now going to question him. They're now going to question him. He's now conscious and off of a ventilator. You know, we saw some questions from Starbuck News, we think need to be highlighted as well. In there, the tour this morning, the State House incident and information. Starbuck News said the incident in Thursday now requires far more information from the head of the Presidential Guard, the Guyana Police Force, the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the government on what transpired. What transpired and what will now be done to ensure no reoccurrence, the stabbing of a Presidential Guard, the disarming of another, and the shootout, all involving one person, present a dire picture of security at State House. And they're going to say there in that editorial just this morning, just today, the public must also be provided with as much information as possible on the assailant, Adam Passat, Sister Mercy, Nicola Daniels, as much information as possible on the assailant, well, he's now conscious and off the ventilator. When he first entered the country, what his purpose for being here was, the various permits he applied for and which were granted and denied. We don't know anything. It wasn't last Thursday this thing happened. Do we know anything more than we did last Thursday? These many days later? Yeah? Well, look, story here. You think that was problems? Look, story here, folks. Look, story. Who's sharing the damn live, man? Who's smashing the emoji? Let me got Tony Bishop in your chest. Let me got Tony Bishop in your chest. Look, story here. The Ministry of Human Services. Look, story over by them boys. Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. We're being told that, you know, staffers were subjected to a 5-hour meeting because of those allegations. That Vinaya Prasad, you know, mismanaging the ministry and it's full of incompetence. That's what we're being told. a 5-hour meeting berating the staff, of which the minister said, I shall not be moved. You have to talk or you have one talk, we can do what we got to do. That is what is being reported. The minister having seen the allegations, so they said, shoops, long sucked. You have to do what you have to do, we can do what we got to do. You know, we were made to understand that this meeting took place over at the Palms. You know, Ministry of Human Services got a responsibility for the Palms there, and they have a family clinic that opened there quite recently, a new building, and this meeting took place there. A high-level meeting with senior members of the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. 5 hours. They said they had 15 items on the agenda. None of them get touched. None of them get touched. The minister said she was hurt by the allegation. Well, the truth hurts. No, sir, the truth hurts, Isabella Butters. The truth hurts. She said she was deeply hurt, but she ain't going no way. And people can talk when they want to talk. Done for Jeffrey. You can talk when you want to talk, Nicola Daniels. Cheryl Sanders, you can talk when you want to talk. They got no way for go. Even Lavi, you can talk when you want to talk. She ain't got no way for go. Yeah. Yeah. You know, we walked through the allegations yesterday. The ministries wake up with ideas. A couple of people one time, never mind, the desk already full with things that she wants to get done. And they said 99.9% of the things unsuccessful. Joy Dodson, that's what the staff said in a letter to the president. And leaked to them waves who broke the story yesterday. Dollar Miller, they said they want prayer. They said send Jennifer Westford. When they asked him for prayer, must over there. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel. When they say, yeah, I'd rather pray over you, oh my Lord. When people say, I'd rather pray over you, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel, that's what the folks said. And then the allegations are that she's bringing one set of people from the Dharmic Sabbath. No qualifications, no experience, but they're getting more money than senior functionaries in the ministry. Those are some of the allegations that are being laid at the minister's feet. And they said, she hold this meeting over by the Palms, because she said things and walk out in this ministerial thing, she might got to move in there. But she was trying to escape the press. And Ali dancing away. Ali dancing the night away. And the staff down there saying it's confusion, powder, and purgatory. And the Minister of Human Services and Social Security. That is what they're telling us. Purgatory and confusion, powder. And she's dodging the media. She was hiding from the media. Right? Yes. We all the folks were singing a song. Vineyard by the palms and she hiding. Vineyard by the palms and she hiding from media. That's what we're different in this country. We're different. They call her the Minister of Field Initiatives. The launching minister. Oh my God. They said bring prayer. Bring back prayer. You know? Bring back Westford. Bring back Kitchener. First we did. I know this party things are walking, I got to fall back. Hit the show walking, I got to fall back. Bring back Sparrow. Bring back Westford. When people rather pray over you, you know we're there. You know it. They rather pray over you. Oh my God. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel now, folks. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel. Good luck, minister. For the closer, folks. For the closer. You know, this issue with Ubraj and yours truly being locked up because we just defending defenders' rights. To apply a trade in these socio-economic circumstances, things tight in this country. For those of you who want the interpretation for that. Well, Professor said, the bear skinned them up. The bear skinned them up. The bear skinned them up in that move, defending the poor, as he's elected to do. There is constituency. Professor David Hinds, Dr. David Hinds, he says, the mayor skinned them up with that one. And that's it close up for tonight. Yeah, he skinned them up. I believe so too. I believe so too. I was happy to play my small role. He skinned them up. He skinned them up. Yep. Over to you, Dr. Hinds. Tell us more.
To take bread out of people's mouth, especially poor people. Those mostly women, young women, middle-aged women, are out there, they're plying their trade. They chose not to become prostitutes. They chose not to become deviants. They chose to earn an honest dollar by going in the public space at a place where people assemble and earning a dollar. They're taking the burden of the government to take care of them by attempting to take care of themselves. They should be commended. They should be encouraged. And at Christmas time, a government can go there and chase those people away from making a dollar. It's unconscionable. I am not oblivious to the fact that any society must balance order with freedom. But in this case, freedom means survival for poor people. And that what they earn in front of the hospital there could be, and I'm sure is, the difference between going to bed hungry at nights. And so sometimes a government must make a hard choice. Yes, we have the right to promote order. Yes, we have the right to ensure that the public space is occupied by all. But sometimes you have to take a strong stand. And if you believe that poverty stalks this land as the statistics are showing, then you would ensure that those people be given the benefit of the doubt. I've seen no report, not one report, where some patient died because they were hurrying to get into the hospital and these stands were there. I have not seen any report. The government is saying maybe this potentially can happen, but it has not happened. And so that's the first thing. The government has come down on the side of the big stick order over people earning a decent, honest living. And as the WPA said in our statement, that they are denying them the right to life. The right to life. So that's the first issue. The second issue is the total disrespect for the rule of law. There's something called separation of powers. There's separation of powers between central government and local government. The local government, you are a former councillor, deputy mayor, and there is a sphere that is left there for the municipal government. And the central government attempted to take that space away. Where is the rule of law? Where is the rule of law? And the mayor, joined by you, did the right thing. Did the right thing. You put your bodies on the line in defense of poor people. In defense of poor people. And what was remarkable about the mayor's stance is that he was defending the rights of people in an ethnic society who are not of his ethnic group. That should not be lost. It should not be lost. And then what does the government do? It brings down the two most powerful institutions of force in the society. The police brought charges against you all. The army stripped the mayor of his standing, even though the mayor was acting in his civic capacity. Are we saying there's a law that says if you're a soldier
and you're elected to office, you must obey the laws of the army and not the laws that go with your civic responsibility? Since when your civic responsibility clashes with your responsibility as a soldier? The mayor was not acting as a soldier. The mayor was acting in a civic capacity. And my understanding is that there is some superiority here. That the civic is superior to the army. But they put those two institutions on you all. And for me, that signals that we have reached the lowest point. We are now a full-fledged police state. If the mayor was not violating any law, why charge him? Obstructing traffic? People obstructing traffic every second of the day. You want charges? Go all over Georgetown. You can find people obstructing traffic. But no, you use that flimsy mask in order to go after two political opponents. It's ugly, it's illegal, and this government ought not to be allowed to get away with it. So that's the second thing. The third thing, you are saying the mayor made intemperate statement, racist statement. The mayor was thinking aloud. He was asking, is this a Muslim state? He's asking, does my Hinduness prevent you from meeting me as a legal, lawful, elected citizen? He was asking, why go after these poor people of one ethnic? He's asking questions. Since when it's illegal to ask questions of power in this country? To ask questions of the state? That right is enshrined in our Constitution. It's a settled right. It's a human right. It's a God-given right to ask questions of power. And these people have no shame. They went after that mayor. Well, I've been in politics long, my brother. And I know that when you see governments jump, it means you poke them somewhere where it hurt in them. They jump when you say apartheid state. And it seems as though the Muslim-Hindu fracturing that occurs, it's in our society. It's not just African-Indian fracturing. We have religious fracturing in both African community and Indian community. And we know that there's a historical fracturing between Muslims and Hindus. But this government wants to give the impression, they want to tell Indians, you may be a Muslim, you may be a Hindu, you may have different gods, but in this Guyana, you are united by your Indianness. And I think the mayor, by asking that question, has brought that out into the open to say all is not well in the Indian community, that there may be fracturing. Let the government prove that there is not fracturing. The burden of proof must be on the government, not the mayor. The mayor was wondering aloud. He was wondering aloud. Are we moving into a Muslim state? But let the government prove that this is not the case. Are we moving into an apartheid state? Let the government prove. Don't go after those who are asking questions. And so, my brother, that whole matter, I think, as the young people say, skin up the government. Unfortunately, when the government skin up, is our country gets skin up. And for too long, we've had to bear the burden of looking like fools to the rest of our neighbors in our Caribbean and the world. And it's time that we say, no, enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Well, just get up. Thanks, Dr. Hinds. Them boys just get up. That being said, that's our time. That's our program, folks. Thousands of you still watching us between Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and LinkedIn. Share the damn live so others get valid, credible information as well, folks. Share the live before you go. Leslie Thompson, Seymour George, Dakota Daniels, they get skin up. Sharon Castillo, Edwards, Leslie Thompson, Philbert Taylor. We see you there, Philbert. Sandra Hanover. Sandra, I see you for a little while. Auntie Sandra. Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. Happy birthday one time. I ain't see you around these parts. In a little while, maybe you're silent in the background, but good to see you. Karen Hunt, great to see you as well. Dunsford Jeffrey, Lyndon Gibb, Tommy Gibbs, good to see you, folks. Partner with us so we can keep on keeping on. Pace and power, available via Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union as well. Smash that emoji button. 2,600 of you still watching us across social media, folks. Smash that emoji button before you go out front parts. Whether you're joining us on YouTube, smash, I see 800 plus joining us on YouTube right now. Smash that emoji button. Smash that thumbs up button, folks, or thumbs down button. Just smash something before you go, folks, and partner with us as well. Those of you who are joining us via YouTube, you can contribute right to our efforts here via YouTube. At the bottom of the comment section, you see that dollar sign. Use it. Use it. It's not just there for decoration. Use it, folks. Those of you, especially who are the diaspora, use it. It's not just there for style, but you can only do so during the course of the program when we are live. Use it, we say. And those of you who are going to come back to watch us, share the damn live as well. Smash that emoji button, folks, and let me go down the road. Again, we are available via Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, guys, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union. You have any queries, folks? 627-6963 is the one number we use in, the one number all the time. 627-6963. Folks, each donation helps to keep our program going. Share the damn light, smash that emoji button, folks, and let me go down the road. That being said, that's our time, and that's our program. Stay safe. Stay safe.